Let's talk about the trends. So 3-4 years ago, everyone was talking about probiotic, microbiome-rich skincare. A few years ago, 2 years, everyone was talking about actives. The more active ingredient and the more active the ingredient is, the better it is. Investment was pouring into skincare products and companies. Now, in 2025, we're going back to basics. Basically, people saying, probiotic, microbiome-rich skincare, what is that even? Because unless you store it in the fridge, right? You make it, you store it in the fridge, you transport it, in the store it's in the fridge, you buy it, you put it in the fridge. All these little probiotics, prebiotics are dead. Basically, whatever you put on your skin is dead. It is not working. So unless people find a way to stabilize those skincare ingredients, then it may be somehow active, but there is a big discrepancy between the studies that are done on those microbiome-rich skincare and not necessarily on people when it reaches them, right? So whatever maybe is 100% active here, when you put it on your skin, when you buy it at the store, it's basically like all gone, right? So more studies need to be done. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying we just need to have more studies and understand how microbiome-rich skincare ingredients are stabilized when it reaches your skin or your hands. Let's talk about active ingredients. And I had so many conversations because of course now there are a lot of biotech companies that create those extremely rich, potent active ingredients, and that's great. I'm all for innovation. But if you have sensitive skin, less is more. And usually what you see, that active ingredient can be super beneficial, but then you may have an extreme allergic reaction to that ingredient. So then for months, you cannot use that and many other ingredients. And a lot of active ingredients will also determine like the concentration. Like I cannot use vitamin C in 20% or even 10%. I break out. So I need vitamin C that has low percentage, which is a very active ingredient, right? Ascorbic acid, and usually stabilized with hyaluronic acid and glycerin. So more is not better, less is more. And when you have all these active ingredients, you need to make sure that the concentration of that active ingredients is quite low, and you first do like a patch test here because this part of the skin mimics your face. So then you can determine, can I put it on my face or not? And in recent years, it's very interesting, like in this year especially, when you look at a lot of scientific journals, when you look at a lot of beauty journals and science journals in particular, people saying, let's go back to basics. Let's look at glycerin. Glycerin may be almost as potent and active as this new active ingredient. But we know it's non-comedogenic, it's nourishing, it's hydrating, it's much cheaper than this active ingredient. So maybe we should consider using more of glycerin and less of that active ingredient before we know how this active ingredient really works and how to stabilize it and how to put it in a vehicle, in a serum or cream that will protect your skin and let the active ingredient only do that specific work you want it to do. So less is more. All these fancy new ingredients are great. We need more research and more science to be done. And sometimes going back to basic and using those ingredients that have been studied for years is safer, especially when you have sensitive skin.